Hey there, Chris. So the St. Paul Public Schools, the district, and the teachers union, they have been meeting up for the past several days. And as of last night, according to the union, they did make some progress and reach tentative agreements in several areas. However, still no overall deal.
And I think that it's about time that educators, the people that are working with students every single day, are making their voices heard and are given a stake in that decision making.
The superintendent sent a statement reminding everyone that a strike is not inevitable and that the union technically has until the 25th to strike. But tomorrow, the 10th, that is the date the union voted to approve. But first, St. Paul educators, they plan to meet with state and national union leaders. These leaders represent nearly 90,000 educators in Minnesota, millions nationwide. That is happening at 11 o'clock this morning outside Washington Technology Magnet School. So bottom line, if a deal is not reached, then teachers are expected to strike tomorrow.